Hey guys, I'm Milton back with another video, and this is my UFC Fight Night predictions for Royval versus Kape. This is a pretty solid fight night to end the year. There's some obviously the main event is nice. It's a pretty nice fight. Brandon Royval versus Manel Kape. I think that's pretty good fight. We got some decent names. Giga Chase versus Kevin Vallejos. We have Cesar Almeida, the cockroach himself, Neil Magny, and Bobby fucking Green. Don't forget about Bobby Green. He's also on this card. So it's a pretty solid card to end the year. And let's get straight into it. And the first fight, we have Triza Blez versus Jamie Lee Hoff. This is a women's fight. Both women's are pretty solid, similar records. I'm gonna go Triza Blez because she's younger, a bit more up and comer. She's 2-1 in the UFC. Jamie Lee Hoff is a unk. She's 35, and I don't know. I just think Trees is gonna get done. So that's my first prediction. Let's get into the next one. Next one, bunch of no names. Two guys who've never fought in the UFC, both undefeated. Alan Fry versus Guillermo Pat. Alan Fry has finished everyone he's fought. Jesus Christ, Guillermo Pat has basically done the same thing. Besides, he has one decision. I'm gonna go Alan Fry. I think Alan Fry is gonna get it done. Bit younger. He has one more win, and all of them by finish, all of them by knockout. I think he's gonna get done. Next fight though. Next fight, Luna Santos versus Melissa Corded. Santos will I think get it done because I think her overall grappling is better, and I think overall she's a better fighter. I think she's done more in the UFC. She's looked better. I think she has one fight in the UFC, and it's a win, but she only has one fight in the UFC so far. Not too much experience, so I'm gonna go with Luna here. The next one, we got a heavyweight fight. But actual guys I know about. Sean Sheriff versus Steven Aspla. First I want to talk about Steven. Steven, I remember watching him in the Dana White Contender Series. This guy is a freaking. Oh my god, he's fun to watch. He's fun to watch. He's just a big blob who loves striking. He loves throwing it down. He has a really cool story. Because he was like extremely overweight and he lost all this weight. Now he's doing MMA, and he looks pretty solid so far. And same with Sean Sharaf. He has one UFC fight and it's a loss. He has a terrible gas tank. I don't really. In his one fight in the UFC, again he got destroyed. He didn't look that good. With Steven, he was was on Dana White Contender Series. Never had a UFC fight, but honestly, having your debut being the Dana White Contender Series, I think the competition there is better than if you're making your UFC debut. That's how I see it sometimes, especially in heavyweight, because heavyweight's so weak right now with no talent. So I'm gonna go with Steven Esplat here. The next match, oh fuck, next match, Neil Magny versus Yarosov Amos. Hope I'm pronouncing that one right, but Neil, we all know who Neil Magny is. He's a gatekeeper. If you beat if you beat Neil Magny, I think you're something. You're pretty decent. You're pretty good because you look at all people. I mean, whoever Neil Magny loses to, you're pretty good. Neil Magny's last two losses, Carlos Prates as Michael Morales, both of them won. Trying to get a title shot right now, and both are very deserving of that title shot. Then we have Eden Machado Gary, and same thing with Ian Gary. Ian Gary, I think, should actually fight for the belt. Ian Gary, to me, is the most deserving person to fight for the belt. This guy just loses to all the good names in the division, so you got to be a good name. Let me tell you about Yaroslav. Yaroslav is a Bellator fighter, and we may think Bellator fighters are cans. Yes, they are most of the time, but I think Yaroslav's good. He's 28-1. Guy has really good grappling. The striking's pretty solid. It's not the greatest, but the striking is solid. This one's tough. Because I could see Neil Magny could win this. Don't ever count on Neil Magny. Because, man, what he did to Jake Matthews, him freaking getting choked out and coming back and submitting, man, this guy's the king of the cockroach. He could get anything done. So don't expect Neil Magny to full on lose because this guy has a chance. But I'm gonna go Yaroslav Amos just because of he's 28-1. He's done a lot on the regional scene. He was pretty good at Bellator. And obviously, Bellator's not the UFC. It's way worse. But I think the potential is there for him. Neil Magny's unk. He's 38. But I wouldn't be surprised if Neil Magny finds a way to get it done. But I'm going to go Yaroslav Amos. The next fight. The next fight we got Johannes Barito versus Isaac Thomas. This was a different fight before. Versus what's his name? Malkos. I forget the last name. So kickboxer, bit of a dirty fighter. I can't remember his full name, but he was originally supposed to fight here. Now taking his place is Isaac Thompson, and he's 2-2. This guy is complete nobody. This guy fought in the LFA. This guy's an absolute nobody. If this guy wins, I'm gonna be absolute surprised because Johannes Brito is actually good. He's a pretty solid at time prospect. He did beat Diego Lopez on Dana White's Contender Series. He did beat Diego Lopez. It was a young Diego Lopez, but he did beat Diego Lopez. Currently on a 2-fight lose streak because he hasn't lost to are not too bad. And before that, he was on a five-fight win streak, all by finishes. This guy's a really good prospect. I still think he is, even though he's 30 now. He's gonna get it done. I think Johannes Brito will get it done by knockout. I'm taking him by knockout. I think he's gonna get done because again, I can't really talk about Isaac Thompson because I don't know anything about him. He's 2-2. I don't know why is he fighting in the UFC. How can you? I know record isn't everything. How are you fighting in the UFC if you're 2-2? Come on now. Come on now. So the next fight is Amanda Lemos versus Gillian Roberts. And I'm gonna take Gillian Roberts here by TKO because I think Gillian Roberts has better wrestling. She's gonna take it to the ground. I think Lemos is a bit washed. She's been a win-loss fighter the past couple fights. Gillian Roberts is on a huge win streak right now. She's on a tear, and I think she's gonna get it done. She's on a 4-fight win streak. Obviously, she's been an up and down fighter basically her entire career, but she's red hot now, and she will get it done. I think by TKO or submission. I think she will finish the fight though. So that's my prediction. And let's get to the next one. And the next one, woo, we got Bobby fucking Green. Even though Bobby Green's 39, he's young. He's supposed to fight back I think back in when DDP was supposed DDP and Hamza had to drop out due to health issues, but now he's here and he's versus Lance Gibson. And I'll tell you a little bit about Gibson. Gibson has been fighting this like a freaking promotion I've never heard of, but he was in Bellator as well for a bit. He had one loss in Bellator, undefeated outside of that. I think he's what I've known is he's a bit of a kickboxer, solid striking, but dude, I think Bobby Green's gonna get it done here. Bobby Green for the bounce back, cause man, Bobby Green they've been doing Bobby Green a bit dirty, getting knocked out by Mauricio Rufy, and then Paddy Pimblett, Paddy the fucking Paddy, submits him. So I think Bobby Green's gonna get it done here. I think decision here. Bobby Green, I love Bobby Green. This guy got pillow hands. Bobby Green's won't be getting the knockout here. He won't be getting a knockout. If he does, dude, shout out to Bobby Green. He's a dog for that. But Bobby Green by decision. And let's get into the next one. And the next fight we got is Kenanir Nkuku versus Marcus Bachochis. This fight. So Kenanir has been a up and down fighter, but he has a weird win. He beat Carl Zobrist. Carl Zobrist's one loss is from this guy, by the way. His one loss, but bit of an up and down fighter. He's decent at a lot of things, but not good at a lot of things. He's just a decent fighter. He's always gonna win one, then lose the next one, win two, lose the next one. That's the type of fighter I see him as. And then for Marcus, he has great jiu-jitsu, but that's it. And he, like I said, a mastermind of jiu-jitsu, great BJJ. It is amazing. It is really, really good. Man, he got nothing else. No striking, brother. Like absolutely nothing on the hands. This fight, like his I'll say BJJ is phenomenal. Is BJJ, but no gas tape and has just looked awful. You can't just have grappling. So I'm gonna go Kenny Nchuku here. I think by TKO. I think he's gonna get it done. I think he's gonna get the knockout here. He's just looks better as a fighter to me, and I think he's gonna get the knockout. So Kenny Nchuku by knockout. The next fight we got is Morgan Cherry versus Melcazel Costa. This one's a pretty good fight. Fight I'm very excited for. For once, Morgan has great striking. His three wins are all finishes. He's been a bit of an up and down fighter, but he does have pretty good striking. Then Costa's on a streak right now, full fight win streak right now. He has great BJJ, decent hands, bad footwork, and just not the best wrestling. But his BJJ is really good, though I will say. With Morgan has a hard time when he's on the ground. He has a hard time of really getting up and being able to stop takedowns. He is good at defending, I will say. I've seen him a couple times defend a couple good takedowns. So he's not terrible. He has some, but ooh, this one's tough. I think Costa is gonna get it done. Honestly, Melchizedek Costa. Either by I want to I want because his wrestling is not good. I don't, he's not gonna be able to get constant takedowns and stuff. But I think he's gonna have one good stretch and he maybe just get a submission. So I'm gonna go Costa submission. That's what I think. What's gonna happen? Yeah, Costa by submission. All right, let's get into the next one. Next one, we get two brothers fighting. Cesar Almeida and Cesar Al Olukasevsky. Cesar Almeida is quite literally the opposite of his brother. He's a kickboxer. He's a very good striker. He's a bit of a unk, but he trains with Alex Pereira. Like I said, very, very good kickboxer. He's coming off a very good knockout win, knockout comeback win, honestly, against Abdul. I don't even remember how to pronounce his name. I just remember the first name. His name's Abdul. Abdul was absolutely clipping Caesar, and Caesar just it was a beautiful hook he lands and just knocks him out. But Caesar has looked both Caesars are good. Caesar Olecheski is making his debut. He also has a brother in the UFC as well. Oh, this one's tough as well. I'm gonna go Caesar Almeida. Even though Caesar's an unk, I think Caesar's striking's really good through and throughout. Even though Olecheski's the other Caesar Olecheski's striking's also pretty good and has somewhat of a ground game. I think Caesar's kickboxing is just superior. And when this fight is on the feet, Caesar's gonna outstrike. I think. Well, I can't keep saying Caesar because they're both named. but I think Almeida is gonna outstrike Oliviski, and I think Caesar's gonna get it done by decision on knockout. Uh, trying to think. Do I want to go decision or knockout? I'm gonna go knockout. Let's go knockout here. Cesar Almeida for the knockout. There's my take, and let's get into the next one. In the next fight we going into the co-main now, the co-main event. We got Giga Chikadze versus Kevin Vallejo. Uh, Giga had that hot streak when he joined the UFC, 6-fight win streak. The guy was unstoppable. Just absolutely striking, knocking out a lot, almost everyone, knocking out freaking Club Sots and Edson Barbosa. Guy was on a tear at first, then he fell apart. He's been an up and down fighter recently. He's lost 3 in his last 4. He's 37. He's going against a very good prospect in Kevin Vallejo's. Kevin Vallejo's is coming off a pretty good win over Danny Silva, but before that, 2 knockouts and his 1 loss. He survived 3 rounds against Jean Silva. So I think this one's tough because I'm a big Kevin fan, Kevin Vallejo's fan. So I'm gonna go Kevin Vallejo's here by TKO. I think he's gonna crack the chin, Giga Chikadze, because he's never been knocked out. Giga's never been knocked out before, but there's a chance his chin could crack because I want to compare, and this is big praise. Cavaliers is kind of like Ilya in a way. I don't think he has the power like Ilya, but the boxing is very similar like Ilya. So I'm gonna Kevin Vallejo by knockout again, but I could see this fight going decision because Giga does have a chin to him. He's never been, like I said, never been knocked out before. So let's go Kevin Vallejo. So let's get in the main event now. The main event: Royval versus Kape. I'm going with Royval here, Brendan Royval, because Royval has that more 5-round experience. I think he can mix it up very well. Great scrambles. He showed how good his jiu-jitsu, his grappling is when he went against Tatsuro, because he did pretty solid on the ground against Tatsuro. He has that full volume pace where he's able to walk you down, be a dog. He has great combos. And Manel Kape is a great fighter and all. He shows great submission. The guy doesn't get submitted, basically. He doesn't get submitted. His last submission last time he's been submitted was 2017 against what's his name? He just won Corey Hogochi. I'm butchering that. Yeah, that's the last time he's been submitted, was 2017 by him before he left the UFC. But I think Royval is gonna bring the pressure. He's gonna mix it up a ton, and I just don't think Kape's gonna be able to survive that. And Kape's been out for a while. Royval's been fighting. He's, like I said, he just fought Joshua Van not even a couple months ago, not that long ago. So I think Brendan Royval is gonna get it done by a decision, and there's nothing else to say. That's all I see. And I saw his line. It was like 220. He's a 220 plus, Brendan Royval. I'm like, dude, if I was a betting man, which I'm not, dude, I'm putting money on Brendan Royval there. I'm not like extremely confident, but 220, that's decent. That's pretty. I'm surprised that many people are. I'm surprised Kape's the favorite in this fight. I'm surprised by that, but who knows? But this is a great way to end the UFC ESPN era. This is a pretty good Apex card. I will be watching the entire card. So outside of that, we won't be having UFC for a whole 6 weeks, but I will stay locked in. We're gonna keep on posting banger videos. We're gonna try to post about 2 to 3 times a week. That's the goal, and we're gonna stay locked in. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And MMA Milton out.